Hi guys, it's Steve from Disruptive Wealth Creation. Today we look at the pros and cons of robots. Stay to the end and I will tell you which companies I'm investing in relating to robots and AI. Right guys, so let's start with some advantages of using robots. The first one is productivity. Once you've got your robots set up, you can increase productivity just by increasing the speed of how the robots work. If you have humans, it means you have to have additional humans. And additional humans cost money. With humans, you have to pay wages, you have to pay pensions, you have to pay for sick leave, and you've got to pay for holidays. Robots don't have that problem. Yes, robots can be expensive, but in the long run, they do pay for themselves. The cost of running robots is electricity, and we know that it's reasonably high at the moment. But if we assume that companies that use robots use solar power energy and wind turbines, that cost will be negligible, and that cost will reduce the price of the unit cost of the goods that are produced. The great thing about robots is when you switch them on in the morning, they will consistently carry out the same quality of work up until midnight when you switch them off. Unlike humans that get tired as the day progresses and can make mistakes. Robots can also be useful in certain industries, like the chemical industry or the radioactive industry, or when it comes to bomb disposal. Those are places where humans find it difficult to go to because it's dangerous for them, so robots can help them. People often say, oh, robots are taking away my job. But who wants to do those boring, mundane, repetitive jobs? Those are the jobs that robots will be taking over in the first place. So what are the disadvantages of robots? Well, the first one we've already mentioned is that we have to use electricity, which is expensive. But then let's remember, with humans, you have to pay for wages and all those other things that I mentioned. Robots can be expensive to buy, but usually after a year or two, you get your payback. The robots have paid for themselves. Yes, there may be problems sometimes with maintenance, but then we all have problems. People often say that robots have limited functionality. That may have been the case 20 years ago, but robots are becoming more and more adaptable and they can carry out more and more tasks. People say that robots can be dangerous. Well, the ones that are dangerous, they can be caged. And of course, we can always do a risk assessment to make sure that there aren't any problems with robots. Finally, the biggest argument people make is that robots will make people lose jobs. The two things I would say in that respect are as follows. Firstly, as technology has moved on throughout the centuries, people have always said that jobs would be lost. And yes, they were lost, but new jobs were created. Secondly, if we take COVID, if you remember, most of us stayed at home and got paid. People often think that humans have to work. Why should they? Maybe the new norm is going to be that people do not have to work and that robots will be doing the work for people, and the profits that are made and the taxation that is generated from those robots will be used for us to live a normal life without having to work. Finally, if you're wondering what shares I invest in Alphabet, I invest in Apple, and I invest in Tesla. These are companies that engage robots and engage AI. I'm not a financial advisor, but check those companies out. Have a great day, and all being well, see you in the next one.